Never inside. Where are you going, boy? Never inside. Where you at? Never inside. Inside.
The never inside theory. Are we going outsiding? That's the theory. Let's outside. Outside ain't easy. The PBros are back. Smile and dial. All right, we are back. This time from the never inside shack.
And for those of you that are watching us on via YouTube, or where else would they be able to see the video?
YouTube.
Okay, so those that have YouTube, the
Hello.
YouTubes
Yeah.
can watch us, which is new, right? This is brand spanking new. We literally plugged the last cord in just before we hit record.
That's right. And you'll have to excuse, the lack of decoration. We really were trying to get this thing so that it's, not echoey in here. I think we still have a little bit of an echo. We can hear the airplane flying above the house right now as well. So that's always fun.
Right.
But we're going to, obviously go ahead and start adding to this and make this really cool. Make this into the never inside shack as opposed to the never inside outside shack, which
Right.
is just right around the way here in my backyard.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. It's a new era. We're trying something new. I've never done anything like this before. I've been on camera, but not, like in this setting, and it's gonna be fun.
Camera's fairly new to me, but when I go out, I take 1,000 pictures when like friends and stuff and post all over Facebook. So I kind of do like being on the camera.
So you're pretty much an expert,
Pretty much.
is what you're getting at. All right.
The video part's a little intimidating,
Yeah.
but we're gonna pretend like nobody's watching. Dance like nobody's watching.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Obviously, we're gonna have some things we got to work out here.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the sound even better. We're gonna be getting more cameras, and this is gonna be a lot of fun. But I'm thinking today and moving forward, I've been thinking about this, and we've had some pretty fortunate to have some guests on in some of our early episodes, and I do
Right.
apologize. I think we can apologize to these guys. We missed a week there. I think ideally we'll give an episode a week
Try to do something weekly. Yeah.
to our outsiders.
For sure.
Not always possible, seeing as this is our hobby and not our profession.
Right.
If it was my profession, that'd be pretty cool. But
Maybe one day.
let's get realistic. I'm not that
So everybody
good at
tell
it.
your friends to listen so we can do this professionally and stop doing all the other
Absolutely.
things that we have to do.
But let's get realistic. I kind of suck at this. And so this is also an experiment to see if I can get better at being a conversationalist.
That's right.
But you and I speaking here, just the two of us without a guest, is what I think we should start referring to as the PBros Fireside.
I like it.
You like that?
Yeah, I feel like we should get a little fire. So we have a rock. For those of you, we do realize there is a fake rock.
No. That's growing. We built the table around
the
this rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool rock and a little backpack and our mixer board and some foam around us for those that can't see. It's comfy. It's dark though.
So we're dabbling in light. Do we want it dark? I found like a cool old lantern on. We were talking about that. Would give like the down in the bayou vibe. Would be pretty cool.
We might get some ambient noise in the background, like bayou bugs and crickets and stuff. That'd
Dude,
be cool.
we should hang little strings with little lights on them
that look like fireflies.
Yeah, exactly.
For those of you that have YouTube, I don't know how many out there have YouTube nowadays, but for those of you that have YouTube, it's going to be maybe a little more interesting to get on and look at it for about 5 minutes, and then after that, nothing really changes. Yeah, we got a few things here that we can kind of talk about and stuff.
Yeah, check this out. Okay, for anyone that doesn't know, and I just learned this. I was scrolling through Facebook and I came across an old buddy from the Marine Corps that I never see on there, but he had posted something, and it was a while back, I think, and somehow it came across my feed. But as a veteran, you can get for life a free military lifetime America the Beautiful pass. And basically this gives you access to all the national parks in our country, in our beautiful country,
for free.
So you can read. It's too dark in here for me to read this, but if you read it, it's something along the lines of you can get in with your vehicle, with everyone that's in your vehicle for free, or up to 3 people if you're in a scenario that you're not all in a vehicle together.
That's cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So we can go to like Yosemite and bring all your friends that you'll pack into your truck or whatever with you. And it's been a while since I've been to Yosemite, but I know I want to say it was like $20 or something like that to get in. So
yeah, and this is what, $10 just for processing.
Yeah, you pay $10 for it,
like for
ship
mail,
it to you.
ship it. Yeah, I signed up for mine also. Of course, you got yours first.
Yeah,
not sure what that's about, but
well, I can't seem to get a military, just a veteran ID card, because apparently they're only digital now. They don't do the physical ones anymore. So I guess you just like get it on your phone or whatever.
I didn't know that.
And I've been trying to get that, and so it says, "Oh, it's only digital now. Click here to go." And then you click, and it's a link that goes to nothing and tells you it's typed in wrong and all this shit. And I've been trying it for like weeks. So apparently, I'm not destined to have a veteran ID. People are just gonna have to take my word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got the America the Beautiful pass, and
well, there you go. That should be enough.
Should be. You'd hope. Thought that was pretty cool. Especially, well,
we can put a link on the show notes.
Yeah,
to that.
Absolutely, we can get on that. For all you veterans out there, thank you for your service.
Absolutely, thank you. Right on.
I wanted to talk about my upcoming trip. So if you remember, we had Jason Malcolm on 2 or 3 episodes ago. My buddy from junior high, and he's the gold prospector. And I during that podcast, I talked to him about joining him for his annual Rogue River Trail hike, which is 40 miles. I've been looking into it.
He's a cool dude. I have him on Facebook now, and I didn't know that even gold miners have funny memes.
Dude, everyone's got funny memes.
I was like, okay. I was pretty impressed with them. Like, not a lot to work with, I'm feeling, but they're funny guys in their little community.
Yeah. It's funny because it's I know how much I like to deep dive into things.
Right.
And the amount of what's the word I'm looking for? Just the amount of drive toward gold mining Jason has.
Yeah.
Is just like he is. That's all he thinks about. You could tell it's like every freaking post.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you'll get the random post that's like a planet. Just, if you're listening, Jason, I noticed your planet post the other day, and I just wanted to throw it out there.
Recognize
it wasn't gold. I think you might have got it mixed up with a different picture.
He chose the wrong picture when he was posting.
He clicked post with the wrong picture. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's definitely into it, but that's cool. He's enjoying it.
But yeah, they were talking. He was talking about going on that trip, and I have decided to join him. So I'm going to I have to look at all the logistics of it still. I'm still trying to figure it out. It sucks because it's like just to go right there, which is only a almost 13-hour drive. I decided I wanted to fly to not deal with all that, and I'm still looking at like 8 hours with layovers and stuff like that because you can't just like grab a flight from San Diego to Medford, Oregon. It's kind of a smaller airport, so I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with that. It's almost like I should drive, but still, then that's probably going to cost me even more in gas than the plane ticket.
That's a lot of time. How long are you guys going to be going?
It's going to be like 3 nights, I think. So I don't have my phone because it's recording us right now. Or I'd look into my calendar.
We're making a note. Use different camera.
Yeah, I could actually look it up on my computer right now if I wanted, but I'm not going to. It's a few nights. We're basically doing like, I think he said like 12, 13 miles a day on average. So what is that? What's that? 3 or 4 nights. Something like that.
3 or 4 nights.
I don't feel like doing math right now, personally.
Has he done this before?
Yes, this is an annual thing for him. I don't know how long he's been doing it.
Well, he's going to the same place. I mean, it's like the same.
Yeah, same trail.
Yeah, okay.
So for me, I personally like to do a different trail. I've done the same trail multiple times, but I prefer to go do a different place each time if I can see something new,
Right.
And that's going to be this experience for me. For him, he just loves this trail. So who knows? Maybe I'll do it and I'll feel the same way about it, and I'll go back and do it every year with him. But it's I've been looking into backpacking season is coming back, right? We've got our trip planned for August,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've got this thing coming up in early May. So I've been trying to get my head into figuring out a new strategy as far as sleeping. So I started looking.
Okay.
So I think I mentioned that I had been listening to this podcast called the John Frickin' Muir Pod.
Mm-hmm.
So he, the guy Doc on there, he's he asked the same questions to every single one of his guests. And I think I've talked about this before. Like he asked everyone, what's your trail name? Things like that.
Right.
One of his questions that he asked people was and I didn't know there was such a thing as anything other than a sleeping bag to sleep with while you're hiking. But he's always asked, do you use a quilt or a sleeping bag? And apparently a quilt is like it's like a sleeping bag, but it's more of just like a blanket that's not. Me personally, this made my ears perk up because there's like the mummy bags are pretty much what you want to carry. It seems to me it's the lightest thing you're going to find, the smallest, takes up the least amount of space.
Right.
But you're like really confined in it. Like I like to be able to move my legs around, and in the mummy bag, I just can't do that. My feet always want to move around. It drives me crazy, but I've always just dealt with it because that's how you're going to stay warm, right? And that's the easiest sleeping bag that I've used to carry is a mummy bag. It's real small, but these quilts are just more like a blanket. At least that's what I thought. And so you just use a blanket basically instead. But I started dabbling into it. I looked into some YouTube videos, and there's like. So it's more. It is a blanket. It unzips all the way to be like a flat blanket, but it does still zip up. Like
okay, so it does have a zipper then.
Yeah, and also you really. It seems to me from the little bit that I've looked into it, you really need to actually be mindful of the sleeping pad that you're using with it, because these are expensive too. I mean, you're looking at for a lower end one like $250.
Wow.
Now, granted, for a really nice sleeping bag, you're looking at prices like that too.
Right.
And I'm sure they have cheaper ones. Obviously, it's like anything else; you're going to get what you pay for. But so these ones, they seem to have zip up a little bit at the bottom.
Just at the bottom.
I think just at the bottom.
See, that worries me, the whole zipper thingy, because like especially when it's really cold out. I zip all the way up. Like if you were to look at me in my bag, I would be like, you'd see just my face because I'd do the drawstring and the zipper all the way up, and you look and you just see my mouth breathing, and the rest of me is completely covered. I get like crazy cold when we're out camping, and I would be worried about with no zipper. What's that movie, Ice Train? Remember they stick the dude's hand out? I would wake up and my hand would be outside of it and frozen solid.
And then I'd be like stumbling in the morning by you and just kick it.
Right, it would shatter.
It'd shatter.
Yeah, so I have a fear of that. So I like mummy bags that zip up, tie up, the whole bit, and then I can sleep nice. And then as soon as I'm in my bag, all tied up and exactly where I need to be, I need to pee.
Well, absolutely. I mean, that's
and then you just say, well, that was too much effort, so you just lay there for several hours having to pee, and then eventually get up.
Right.
That's
yeah.
typically how it
Sometimes
goes.
you hold it till morning, and it's like you may be doing damage.
That's true.
At that point, it's very possible when you get to a certain point where you could be doing serious permanent harm to your bladderal area.
Your bladderal area?
Something like that.
That's right. Careful.
But okay, so something that I found out about these quilts is that it's almost like they have these little straps that go on the sleeping pad. And then, so the sleeping pads have different ratings for how much they protect you from that they keep you warm from the ground.
Oh, okay. So the one the blow up one I don't remember it having a rating.
Well, I'm sure it does. You just don't know what it is. I never knew that either.
Oh, okay.
Until just recently looking into this.
Yeah, so, I just do it so I'm not laying on a rock or
right.
It's like, but it's only like a half an inch thick, blown up.
Yeah, something like that, depending on what you got.
Right.
But anyway, so these things work like together. So you put these little straps on your sleeping pad, and then it clips to the pad. So there's no blanket underneath you. You're sleeping on the pad, and then you just have this blanket over you that's clipped to it, so that it doesn't fall off of you. And it's
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds a little sus to me.
It is a little sus. It's an interesting concept.
I would have to look at it.
And yeah, so the problem is I want to try it because I think it's going to be for me. But that's an expensive freaking test.
Yeah. Is it? So are the quilts rated for in more and more cold weather? Like there's a quilt for every situation?
Yes, just like sleeping bags.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's different temperature.
It's got to be a completely different mat than like sleeping pad.
Well, the ones in the video that I was watching, they look a lot more substantial than the one I have. So which is kind of crazy because it's another factor to bring in because they say you can get a lighter quilt than you can sleeping bag. But then it seems like you probably need to get a more substantial sleeping pad, which will probably be a little bit heavier.
Right.
So it seems to me like you wouldn't necessarily want to consider this just because of a weight issue. You'd consider this because of a comfort issue.
So you'd think it might be more comfortable than
That's why I want to try it, not to save on weight.
Mm.
Because let's get realistic. Like, there's all different ways of going on the trail, right? There's you. You like to have
all of it
gadget that you can find.
When I go glamping, my blow up mattress is 3 feet tall. it's so I don't even have to get down onto the ground.
You don't even have to
it's
kneel.
A full on queen size blow up mattress.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't have one of those.
that me and my lady can be comfy.
I have one of those.
And I can slingshot her off of there just for fun, too. I jump on one side of it, and she throws her off the other side.
Flies off into the lake?
Yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it. I do.
Weird.
I know. I just laugh and laugh. And, her not so much.
She's over there drowning. You're
camping's fun. I told you.
Oh boy. Yeah, I have one of those that goes in my, dual room 10-man tent.
Right.
For
your 10-man, 1-person tent.
For when the ladies are. For when the lady is coming with.
That's right.
Me, the ladies.
Yeah. No, your wife. She has her bar too, where the type of camping that she likes.
Yeah, there's got to be a bathroom present.
Right.
It's just not. We might be able to get. I might be able to get away with.
And not an e-tool, right?
Yeah. So there's a difference between the camp bathroom that it's got the stank in it and it just flies around your butthole,
right?
But it's fallen into that hole and you can walk away and be done with it.
And that's what she likes.
Well, she likes it better than
hole?
a e-tool that you dig your own hole, make an L with it so you can put one butt cheek on it while you sit and drop into the hole.
That's a must. That's a skill you must learn.
Seems like a luxury, but I mean, you could just be using those old quads, just hovering over a lower area that's not even a hole,
right?
So
yeah.
But anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about the the quilts and stuff. So I'm probably going to end up getting one because I really do think that it's going to be for me.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And then there's all these different things about ways to save weight, and lots of people use a tarp. So that's like a thing. People use a tarp instead of a tent, so they can just throw up a tarp real quick, where just something that's covering them from the elements, but not even really that good. It doesn't seem to me. So it seems. So that's what I was saying. You are the type of person that has everything, right? Everything you can squeeze into that thing as long as you can carry it.
Right.
I am probably somewhere in the middle. I like the idea of going really far and not like destroying my shoulders, right? And that's what saving weight can do. My legs, and can hurt your legs as well. My legs don't bother me as much as my shoulders do.
Shoulders for sure. That's the first thing to start getting your attention.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you're going long distance, especially if you're trying to go at a higher pace, that weight can really get you.
Yeah.
At the same time, this minimalist way of doing it is a really hardcore way of doing it.
Yeah.
Where you just don't have anything. Like you're literally cutting your toothbrush in half to save weight, right?
Wow.
That's really going minimalist.
Yeah.
I like to have some luxuries. And not only that, I am the type of person, as we all know, that half of the reason of this hike to me, of any hike, is the exercise. So that's just as important to me as the being outside and camping and just being in nature. So it drives most people that I go with crazy usually, because I'm looking forward to getting my ass kicked during the hike.
Yeah.
So
that's the part that I'm like, all right, all the other stuff is super cool. This comes along with it, and I just have to accept the ass kicking part.
So you may want to start transitioning more to the minimalist type of setup.
It is definitely a conundrum for me.
Yeah.
Because I want I want all the things. Now, this last time we went, I got rid of a lot of things that I brought on the time before and just really didn't use. There were some things that weren't necessary. So that I can save a little weight that way.
Right.
And then kind of.
And so that kind of goes back, like, so I'm not the minimalist. Like I'm okay with carrying a little extra weight to have some of the amenities, but there's a certain level or limit to that. It's like, you start getting up to like 50 pounds.
50s, yeah.
That's, you should cut it off. Well, for me, I'd prefer to cut it off at 50, and 50 is a little high. I wouldn't, I'd prefer to go, 40 to 45.
I think that's right where we were this last time, right? About right at 50.
Yeah, I'm usually able to keep it in that area. Now I could get lower, but again, I'm not afraid of the extra effort to get those things out there. It's just like the idea of, like, I really love to bring something epic for the first meal.
Like a big old steak.
Like a big old steak meat. Or a big old, like a pork
tenderloin. Yeah, pork loins are
cooked on a rock.
Yeah,
I mean,
already marinated. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
come on.
Pizza.
I mean, build a pizza oven. Those of you that have looked at the blog have seen that it's a thing that I've done. But anyway, so there's all these. I've been backpacking for a while, as you know, and it seems like you're never quite. I personally never quite have my gear dialed in exactly perfect. Do
you feel like you should have something else?
I don't feel like I should have something else, but there's different methods of getting there that I haven't tried. Right, or like the sleeping bag versus quilt thing, or the tarp versus tent thing. I think I'm gonna stick with the tent thing, because it's worth the extra little bit of weight for me.
I upgraded this last time to a nicer tent, and I enjoyed that way more, because I had just one that was essentially a tarp,
right,
but with a floor on it, and then you just put your hiking pole on one end and a couple strings, which got the job done. But this latest one that I got, I think it still uses the
The tent pole?
The poles, but there's two of them, so it's a little bigger on the inside, I believe. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I had it out. But tents are good, and sleeping bags are good. And my biggest thing that I like to bring with me is my kind of an organization rope. So it spans from one tree to another, or across typically a couple trees or something, and then it has little hoops with hooks on it, so I can hang up all my stuff like up off the ground. I don't like my stuff on the ground.
Yeah,
I like up. It's easy to get to. It's right there. It keeps it from, getting all dirty and everything, which is kind of silly. You're out camping, you get dirty, but sand and then all your stuff, and you can just. And then everything's right there to what you're getting at. And the backpack especially, you can hang it in such a way so you can start pulling things out the bottom, out the top, off the side. That's like accessible and set everything up.
Right. Yeah. It's so I like the idea of that, but I'm number one. It seems like a lot of work to me when I could just get there and just drop my pack and pull out the chair, which usually I manage to keep on the outside of my pack if I have a chair,
right?
And relax for a little bit, and I know you don't necessarily go straight to work, but you kind of do.
Yeah.
So and also there's differences in why you would be out there, right? So sometimes we're going out there and we're gonna drop our shit and then we're gonna stay in this place for 2-3 days,
right?
Then that's a little more enticing to have the little strappy, with all your. Your organization going on.
Yeah.
but a lot of the time I'm doing a trip that's go to the spot, camp, wake up the next day, pack your shit up,
together,
go to the next spot.
Yeah.
And when that's the case, then I really want nothing to do with all this extra work. I'll just pull it out of my bag when I need it. You dig?
Then you're done.
That's it.
And
what are we doing here? We get our shit together.
And then that's the thing is that when you're staying at one place for maybe a couple days, then you just you kind of fill time and making it
that is
comfortable. I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I can appreciate that for sure. But anyway, that's some of the things that have been going through my head for these upcoming trips. I'm looking forward to this year because I already have 2 trips planned, which is and I'm even gonna squeeze a little Cabo trip in there.
Yeah,
gonna do a little outside.
Yeah,
we're gonna
Cabo's
do a little outside.
No, there's not gonna be a little. No more tents. No tents in Cabo though.
No. There's gonna be
the swim up
sand
condo.
Yeah, there's gonna be
the pool that
goes right up to our rooms.
I mean, you have to be. We'll earn it camping, and then
that's right.
But that's gonna be cool. You know what else I'm gonna get for this next camping trip is a shower. I found these thin, dark, plastic bags, and you just fill it with water and hang it like in the tree, and then all day long the sun beats on it and warms it, and you can have like a little shower.
Nice, dude.
I'm looking into that.
You're gonna carry that too, huh?
It's just a little thin, it's very, very, very lightweight little piece of plastic. You roll it up, and then you just fill it with water, and then hang it on a tree, and then it's got a little tube that'll come down.
Seems like a lot of work, and realistically,
seems like a lot of work.
Realistically, I won't take a shower while I'm out there anyway. I mean, I may, if
It's
I need
true.
to, if I feel like I got a little too much of the stank on me, then I'll just go next to whatever water.
Well,
source
ideally,
we have.
we're near a river or something. A little whore bath in the water.
Whore bath. We're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I want to try that out and see how well it works. And
one thing that I have to say that I've added weight, dude. I added weight for a luxury.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Can't grab it. I got a chest rig.
Yeah, dude. This is cool. You've showed this to me. This is...
Those of you that can see on your YouTubing, I got this cool chest rig. And this thing is like, okay, so I started looking. I don't know how I even thought about it, but I saw one in a post or something like that. And I was like, that'd be kind of cool. Because here's the thing is I personally carry a gun, right? And when I go hiking, I like to carry a gun.
Mhm.
Legally, of course, children.
Right.
And so the problem is, obviously there's weird people out there too, but bear or something like that.
Animals are a real thing.
If I can legally have some defense against what kind of crazy shit will happen out there, I'm going to.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
we've seen tracks from big cats and
Absolutely.
and little animals that were met by big cats, and you could kind of get an idea of what they could do to you.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine getting eaten to death?
No, that would suck,
Dude, that'd be pretty close to one of the worst ways to die.
Yeah, because you're not going to die right away. The gives me just chewing on you, and you're still like half alive.
And you're like, yeah, can you please just go ahead and eat my face to finish me off?
Their babies are just, eating your fingers off, and
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Yeah, that would suck, dude.
Yeah.
So, in order to make sure
Hence a
that
gun.
doesn't happen,
Right.
I got this chest rig. Because when I carry my gun, let's get realistic. I'm not going to have it in my waist because I got my backpack on.
Right. It'd be digging into your...
I'm not going to...
Your gun is digging into my hip.
That's right. My gun is digging into my hip. Awkward.
Remember Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So you're not going to have it like concealed in your waistband. You're not going to have it in a regular holster just hanging out for the whole world to see because that's illegal, right?
Mhm.
Even in the woods, if you're
Stopped by a...
showing a gun,
marshal.
it's still, the laws still apply.
Mhm.
So you still have to have that thing concealed, right? Well, what better way than to have a chest rig that you can put on your chest and hold your gun in the chest rig,
Right.
so that if someone comes along, you can just
Pull
a
it
little
out.
quicker than that and pull your gun out. Let me show you. I've got my gun here. Okay. So I adjusted this thing. So if you open up, those of you can see, it came with this little thing. I had to pay extra for it. But it has this little Velcro strappy here. And so you can adjust it and put it on here exactly what works best for your particular handgun.
Does your gun go in that directly, or does your concealed holster go in there?
No. So the Velcro strap is the holster.
Okay. Right.
So you just adjust it to the right size. I have my gun here. As you can see, I've cleared the chamber. It's visually inspected. Safety's on. We're good to go. So this fits right into here.
Look at that, huh?
Just like so. Those of you who are watching, it's just stuck to the Velcro thing. And then so it has 2 zippers on it. Me personally, I thought it would be a good idea they have the little strings hanging so you can grab the zippers real easy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be a good idea to take the string off of one of the zippers so you don't grab them both at the same time in a hurry.
And you unzip and zip it all at the same time,
Yes,
all the way over.
You're literally accomplishing nothing.
Right, you're all going back and forth because you're freaking out because an animal's chasing you and you can't get it open because you keep sliding it back and forth.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Yeah. So I took one of the strings off.
Right.
So now, and I have it on the right side, both of them pulled, instead of like in the middle, like you might do with a backpack, both pulled all the way to one side so that if something happens, I can just reach over and grab the only string that's there and then pull it up, reach in, grab my gun.
Wow, dude, that's pretty good.
Murder a bear.
Murder.
I won't murder him. It'll be self-defense.
Right. Self-defense from a bear.
Now, a couple things. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a little extra weight, but I've decided that I think it's like a pound, maybe. It's pretty cool because I'm not going to add more weight than that to my...
Just the weight of the actual pack.
So I've always already carried my gun.
Right.
I've always already carried, my my compass that I put in here.
Chapstick.
Things like things that it's a pain in the butt to get into your pockets sometimes. Your phone, it's got this front zipper.
Mm-hmm.
Set this down. All right, it's got this front zipper that has perfect for a map and a phone, right? And then it's got another pocket in between the gun pocket and the front phone pocket. And this one's really cool because it's got all these little pockets and mesh stuff.
Now, does that front pocket have its own zipper that has a string on it you could grab accidentally? Or is it going to be all the way to the other side?
Yeah, but this is up on the top in the front.
I see.
So this is down in the bottom corner, right? Now, the middle zipper.
Right. I guess that's what I was referring to.
It's a good question because I considered that as well. I just make sure that they're both zipped to the other side.
There you go.
Because that one's not going to be for emergencies.
Right.
That's just, okay, I need to grab my compass and see which direction we're going
left
here.
hand.
Right. I can do it with my left hand.
Beautiful.
So the only thing I'm going to grab in that hurry is the little string for the one zipper, get to my piece.
Yeah. I have to admit, that's some good thinking.
Yeah, and then this thing comes off with these.
Kind of looks like a bra, though, a little bit on the back.
Looks like a bra. So this
a
back.
Bro.
The bro.
The man's ear.
That's right. And so it comes with this thing that keeps, it's a mesh flat thing that goes on your back. So in theory, it's not going to bug you while your backpack is over it.
Everything. Oh, yeah, it's thin. I got you.
So I have a feeling I'm going to have to mess with these buckles a little bit. I even contacted the guy. So I found these and I started looking online and there's like cheaper ones, just like anything else. There's cheaper ones you can get on Amazon, $30-$40. None of them really had exactly like if I was going to do it, I was like I wanted to be able to hold my gun and made for it, not just jerry rigged up.
Right.
And then but also the other things I wanted to be able to have my phone in there easily, stuff like that. So I started looking around. I found these cheap ones. None of them had exactly what I wanted, except for one company called, I think it's The Hill People, is the name of the company, and they had some really cool looking ones. And I was like, that's what I wanted, but they were all sold out, just out of stock on everything. And I think one of them was available. It wasn't. It was like a model that didn't quite have everything I wanted, and I just like So I kept looking around, and I found this on Etsy, and it's called Bastion is the name of the brand, the guy that makes it, and I think he hand makes these things.
Yeah, it's super cool, man. It's I was checking it out. It's like very well put together.
It's super cool. And so I order it, and I won't talk about the price because
your wife's listening.
Twice what the expensive one that I was trying to get cost.
It cost twice that?
Yeah, twice it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But now you got it.
And then so now I order it, right? And then I'm like, okay, here comes the shipping tracking number. And I look at the tracking number and I'm like, where's this coming from? Oh, it's going to be here in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Latvia. This thing is handmade in Latvia.
They are known for their bags over in Latvia.
True. But so anyway, but the guy's really cool, and this thing is top notch. And I sent him a message. I thought it would be really cool because I really like this thing. I've been using it on my mountain bike to just cruise around and keep my wallet and stuff in, so I'm not like losing my wallet. Which is kind of funny because so when I got this thing, I was showing Jackie. I was like, Jackie, check this chest. Check out my new chest rig.
Right.
She
immediately says,
wait, was it? It's a chest rig. I said, look at it. It holds my gun. It holds.
You did the whole spiel like you were telling us to her. Yeah. Excited.
Yeah. And she said, so it's a fanny pack that goes on your chest. I said, no. No, see, it's on my chest. It's a chest rig. And
she wasn't having it.
She said, yeah, it's a fanny pack that goes on your chest. No. See how it goes on my chest and not down. See that?
It's the opposite of your fanny.
Yeah. So so according to my wife, I have a fanny pack that goes on my chest.
Yeah.
A very expensive one.
It's right.
But anyway, this guy's really cool. I had the idea because I wanted to go hiking with it, but there's no way to carry water with it, right? So that's the one thing that I always want to carry
like a day pack
when I'm hiking. You're right. So I contacted the guy and said, hey, if I, would you be able to put like a super simple water bladder sleeve on the back harness thing? So you can like have a separate harness that you put on just when you're hiking versus when you're like backpacking, you need the flat one so you can put your backpack over it.
Right.
And he said that he would be willing to do that for me, no problem.
for a nominal fee.
Well, we didn't get to the fee part.
You're right.
And who knows how that translates in Latvian.
He's like, dude, if you have to ask me what it's going to cost, then, you
Well,
can't afford me to do it for you.
Yeah. He said that he had done something similar, and it didn't really work because the weight of the water pulled the back down, which pulled the front up.
Right.
And which makes a lot of sense. I could see that sucking.
Yeah.
But maybe if you can get the weight to be pulling the bottom of it by the way you have it hooked up.
I mean, you could just wear
or you could just wear a camelback with it.
Camelback, yeah. Camelback.
Little simple camelback with it.
Yeah.
Probably be a little easier and probably less expensive.
Yes.
Custom bullshit that doesn't work.
Yes. That's true.
So anyway, but it's got cool stuff.
I was looking at those after you had originally we might have done it together. Man, you can spend as much as you want on those because there's people that skydive with them, right? So they have all the different atometers or what's the measures how high up you go? Altimeter?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Altimeters on it and the fancy stuff that was on there. I remember what it was, but it was like a sniper guy had it on. I don't think his wife calls his a fanny pack though.
I thought so you could hold your Bible.
You're like on the way down.
You realize you're screwed.
You can pull a Bible out.
Your little hand Bible and get your last prayer in before you meet your maker.
That's right.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I can't wait to try it out. Like I said, I've only used it on my bike, just riding around the neighborhood with my daughter to hold my phone and my wallet. And I can imagine I look pretty cool doing it.
Sure.
I'm guessing.
You just wait till Elodie grows up and is super proud and wants to show all her friends your cool chest rig.
Yes.
And they're all going to say he has a fanny pack on his chest.
Yeah. No, it's a chest rig. Yeah.
It's kind of like the pants that I wear. I think I might have even. I guess I got some new ones.
I'm pretty sure your girlfriend wears the pants.
Well, that's true, but I get to wear them when I go camping. Hence the reason we go hiking and camping
away from the ladies.
Away from the ladies, because you're right. That's where I have full control over what happens. And my pants are a lot like what you have. They had the little. I want the ones with the pockets and the hooks and all the different things that I can get to pretty easy and
right.
Kind of
all the things.
All the things, yeah.
You got to have all the things.
I do like the things.
I want to get so I need to find the perfect knife. I have a fair share of knives, but I need the perfect knife that's meant just for that. That's mounted, just hanging on the bottom of it.
One of the things that I brought to the table today was this knife here. What'd you call it?
A kukri.
A kukri.
Yeah.
It's not a Bowie knife then. No. I feel like it's a Bowie.
For it too. I think it depends on where in the world you're at.
Okay, fair enough. So this one I got because we had talked about having a good. I was looking for different machetes and stuff. Like you have a really cool machete that we take out that's it's squared off in the end, and we use it for
cool.
Chopping wood and
spatula.
Yeah, when we have the big iron pan out. But this one's pretty cool, and I haven't done anything with it because it's Damascus steel. I always want to call it Madagascar steel. I was like,
and I always laugh my ass off.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not right. Damascus steel, so it's really cool. But I made a huge faux pas, and it has this really nice leather sheath going on here because it's for those of you who can't see, it's it has that cool. Kind of curve to it, like a Bowie knife would, right? It kind of is a little fatter on the end, a little skinnier through the center. But it has this, of course, a leather sheath. You're not supposed to leave your knives in your leather sheaths for a long period of time because they can rust.
Right.
And I hadn't thought twice about it because it was just so cool looking that I just put it in the sheath and I just kind of threw it off to the side, and it's just, decoration. And I pulled it out the other day. It's all rusted. So I have the oil and the stone and the lint-free rag deal to get it all cleaned up. But this is what I'm going to take with us. So I just got to get it. It's still nice and sharp, but it has a little bit of rust on there.
I think it's super sharp.
Yeah. So once it get oiled, it'll be nice. But this one is just, and so I guess where I was going with that is something like this would be a good size, I think, underneath your rig.
I think that's too big.
Think so?
Yeah. Here, look. because it's got these little molly strap things.
So if you were to hang it right underneath there.
Yeah, it's like sticking like 2 inches off each side.
Okay.
So my arms would be hitting it
Fair
and
enough.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is going
to be shorter.
This is just going to go on my leg, or maybe kind of across the front, like a pirate. I always thought pirates carried their weapons very coolly.
Correctly?
Well, pirate. I don't know if it's correctly. Pirates are. That's what they do. The opposite, because they're bad men. So they. Anyways, they have their knives across, hang down, and then several muskets. They're all hanging in front of them, so they can,
grab whatever tool necessary.
That's right.
Those kukris are pretty cool, dude. I have one of those that I got in India. In fact, maybe before the next podcast, I'll try to find a spot on the wall for it.
Right.
But mine, I got. It's really weird because I got it in India at a like a outdoor market thing in Northeast India. Can't remember exactly what city I was in, but it seemed very cheap. It's got some cool designs on it, but it's like you realize like okay, it's being sold by the guys at the market, so they're probably they're cheapo things,
right.
But the tourists buy them, and so it's like it's an authentic Indian kukri. But because I got it in India, but it's
not
like,
because it's
not like
right.
Handmade or anything like that. But the cool thing is that one of the guys was telling me a story about it when I bought it because they had mine's about the size of yours, but they have like the big giant ones. They're like 3 feet long.
And that's still called a kukri?
It's still called a kukri, that shape.
Okay.
Where it curves down and is big at the end.
Right.
And the guy was telling me that they use those big giant ones to cut a cow's head off in one swoop.
Oh my Lord.
One chop, dude.
one fail swoop.
Shoot. Think about how much force and how much how sharp that thing would need to be to chop an entire head off of a cow. In one swoop, one chop.
What would suck too is that you're daddy's little man learning the ways of chopping heads off of cows, right? And you can barely lift the kukri, right, over your head and
the Madagascar
blade, and you're holding it up over your head, all nervous, and you come down with your big. And you only get halfway through the head.
Yeah, and you got to keep chopping.
And you get you chopping away. The cow's like, "Murr!"
You're hanging
like
on to
me, myself, and Irene. This poor cow.
Thing's lucky to be alive.
And you're just chopping away. I don't know. One or two things are going to happen. You're either going to be like feel like you accomplished something afterwards, or you're going to be ruined for the rest of your life, and you can't. Now you're vegan.
Yeah, you're a real ass when it takes more than one chop.
You feel bad too when you're out and I guess fish don't have feelings, so it doesn't matter. But other animals,
loser fish,
other animals when you shoot them and then they're not dead all the way. And
you notice that no one cares if you kill a fish, but if you kill a cute little teddy bear, then you're the son of a bitch,
right? Even though the teddy bear is chasing you and the fish is just literally minding its own business.
The bear will eat you.
Right.
Like it'll just straight up grab you and eat you.
Yeah, like a human kebab.
But it's cute.
Well,
and it's cuddly.
It's not really cute if you've actually seen one in person. It's a lot less cute.
Yeah, a little terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Actually.
So, yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
They're definitely I respect the animal. It's a crazy, magnificent animal, but it is not a teddy bear.
Yeah, that's why I carry a 6-foot kukri.
so you could
I can chop
his head off.
Grizzly bear heads when necessary.
Right. That's awesome.
Speaking of knives, now that we started talking about that, I do happen to have this knife sitting here next to me.
Just in case.
Yeah. No, I wanted to talk about this because this thing. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna back up. We've had some issues with our website. So Never Inside started off as a website, right, to sell outdoor gear, camping stuff, knives, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Fishing gear, whatever. We quickly learned after investing money into inventory and amongst many, many other things, that you are not allowed to do paid marketing on Google or any other social media or anything like that for knives anymore. And this has become such a problem that in our ignorance of not knowing that, we literally have gotten shut down to where we can't even market our website on Google anymore.
Right, because of the knives.
Because of the knives and the knife sharpeners. So, anyone that is wondering why we used to have knives on there, but we don't now, that's why.
We were at an attempt to be able to sell the other stuff and took the knives off, but it didn't matter because we
got shut down anyway.
We've already been blacklisted.
Right, because we're terrorists, because we like to be able to cut our steak when we eat.
Right.
So, anyway, needless to say, the knives are going back up, right?
Right, because why not?
We've got this inventory of knives. And we can't market our thing anyway, so we might as well just put them up there so that anyone that listens to our podcast at least and is interested in something we have can go find these knives that we have in stock. Because what ends up happening if we don't is what?
We just take them.
We keep the knives for ourselves,
right?
And we both have $500 worth of knives that we didn't have before.
I mean, they're cool. But it's not getting us anywhere close to retirement.
Yeah. So this is one that's been just
and if anybody mentions this particular episode, we will give you a discount on knives.
Yeah. Yep. Email us directly, and we will make sure that happens.
Yep.
And I recommend getting the B&B pack hatchet. This thing is cool. In fact,
it looks a lot like the throwing hatchets. The axes over at the Mad Axer at our axe lounge. It looks a lot like those.
I'm not going to pull this out of its package because it's sealed still, and we have another one that's opened already. But this thing is cool, and I actually the reason I grabbed it is because I wanted to see if it fit on my chest pack or in my chest pack.
I grabbed one of the other.
Look at that.
It does. It's like the same size.
That might be something I need to work out. Maybe on the front right there.
You're going to have all these different blades with you camping because you're going to still have your machete. You don't hike with your machete.
No, I don't bring that hiking. Yeah. In fact, this is a lot to take, honestly, but it would be cool to have. This thing is really cool. But anyway, so we have pictures of this B&B knives pack hatchet on our social media, and it will be on the site again soon. This thing it's super cool. It's only like a foot long, maybe a little longer. And it's got you'd be really cool for throwing.
Yeah.
As soon as I decide to keep one, I'm going to take it to the Axe Lounge and to the Mad Axer in Lake Elsinore, California. And I'm going to go test this thing out by throwing it at some targets.
Yeah. That would be cool once it's out. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to. If we sell it, if one of you guys want to buy this thing, I believe we have them for like $150.
Right.
And so B&B Knives sent us an email yesterday, I think, and I haven't responded yet, saying, "Hey, you guys bought all these knives from us. How's it going?
How about your next shipment?"
Yeah. Are you ready for the next shipment?
We've run into a few snags.
Yeah, so I have to call or just jump on the email and explain to them that not that we're not trying to sell their knives; it's that we are the devil for trying to sell their knives.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so that's not going so hot for us, but it is what it is. We have more. Well, I didn't show that one very well, so I'd say I would show some more next one. But
we'll do better next time.
We'll do better next time. Go check it out. Take a look.
Well, yeah, we don't want to take it out. We'll find the other one, but that one's all oiled up and nicely.
It's new. I want to keep it new for you.
That's right.
When you buy it, and we will give you a discount. Mention this podcast. What else, dude?
I think that's going to bring us to the end of this.
Is that a good fireside chat for our first video YouTube experience with the Never Inside theory?
Absolutely.
It's pretty good.
I think it was fun. This is a cool, comfy place. The darkness makes it a little hard to kind of see what we're doing. And I think that looks really good on the camera, though. I think you have a fancy camera that's adjusting the light for us so it doesn't look as dark as what it really is in here. But a little flickering... like a little lantern would be cool.
Yeah.
It would really, yeah.
I'll get it.
And also, it'd be fun to sit around. It's fun to sit around and talk. It's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it feels comfy in here.
It's way cool. We're going to keep dialing this thing in. We're going to mess with the colors, the lighting.
Anybody likes the video, please give us some comments. If there's something that looks really funny, let us know. We did kind of just throw up some decorations that we had, but I'm sure we'll adjust those as we move on. But I think it still looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good times. This is a fun hobby. You guys should try it. Don't forget, this is on the next episode. We are giving away a Blackbeard Firestarter Captain's Loot Kit.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure and enter to win that. You can go just shoot us an email from our contact on the website. There's also a link to go drop your email in for that on the Never Inside Theory page on the website. Don't forget to go check out the website in general for any of your camping, outdoorsy type needs. We've got all the good stuff. We're adding more, but that's a little slower right now because we need to start driving traffic to it first. And then go check us out on social media. We got all kinds of updates there. We've got cool pictures.
We'd love to hear you guys' stories about, the obviously the things we talk about, everybody that camps and hikes, we're doing the same thing essentially, right? But you made a very good point of like, how do we get there? How do we sleep? How are we comfortable? What do we like to bring with us? We would love to hear what you guys do and makes your trips comfortable, or suggestions on how to sleep more comfortably, organize more comfortably. I'd like to hear about those things. Shower more comfortably out in the wilderness, if there's
or lack thereof.
Yep. And we'd love to hear about it. And if you're really into it, you let us know and you're interested, maybe we can have you on the show.
Yeah, if you guys want to, if you feel like you got something interesting to talk about, give us a shout out, and we'll see about getting you on the show. If you need clothes, I recommend going to the website and stocking up on T-shirts.
Yeah, some cool
Never
stuff
Inside
up there.
T-shirts, sweatshirts, yoga pants, moo cow yoga pants.
That's right.
We got all kinds of good stuff to make you look super hot.
That's right.
And that is neverinside.com. If you want to go straight to the podcast page, that's the neverinsidetheory.com. Let us know your thoughts, guys, and we look forward to bringing you some more content. I don't know if it's going to be another fireside chat or if it's going to be a guest, but I've got some good guests in the works right now, and I just got to make sure that we are providing the proper podcast to not insult them. Right?
Absolutely.
That's it. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Thanks for joining us, guys, on the first episode on YouTube and in person live. Not really live.
It worked out. This is live now.
Yeah.
So we're not lying.
Yeah, we're live currently at the Never Inside Shack. Thanks again, guys.
All right. Peace.
Thank you again to all of our outsiders. Please check out our website, neverinside.com, for all of your gear. And you can reach out to Never Inside on Facebook and at Never Inside on Instagram. Let's outside.